Hello, right, another Maker Ad event, and just to catch up on everyone, in case you didn't know what it's about, every year I buy stuff and I do 24 videos through December, like an advent calendar, to show you what I've bought and what you can buy for Christmas and mess around with. I don't get any money from any of the sellers I buy this stuff from. I don't tell them I'm buying it from them, which is cool. Last year was AliExpress. This year it's two UK companies, Pimoroni and the Pi Hut, who typically do Raspberry Pi, Arduino, microbit, stuff like that. And already I've had a bit of fun with Pi Hut's Playboard. Now this is an older product. I can't remember how old it is actually. I think it must be about Raspberry Pi 3 age, so about 4 or 5 years now. And it's only about £3. In fact, let's go to, I'm on OBS now, rather than doing the phone over the desk. Here it is. And they've got Christmas theme on the Pi Hut. That's lovely. £2.50 for a playboard, and what it is, it fits over the Raspberry Pi's GPIO and it breaks it out for crocodile clips, like we've got with microbit, crumble, Kobo, that sort of thing. And we can have a bit of fun with simple electronics. This is geared up towards kids who want to mess around with electronics, and you've already got the microbit stuff lying around at home. So as you can see, I've got the playboard on top of a Raspberry Pi 4B. I have used an extended header because where the ground connection is here is right next to PoE pins for power Ethernet. A bit too close for my liking, so I just raise it up a bit. Plus, if you put a ground connection with your croc clip, it does actually touch. I bought some extras. I've got some little breakouts here. They come as a sprue, like a model kit type thing, and you can break them off. But to parents, if you're doing this for your kids or older kids, just get a bit of sandpaper or a file or something, just file off the edges. I'm doing it in one take, that'll be in. But they're nice little units. So LEDs with built-in resistors, different values. We've got buttons, buzzer, and we've got one here that just has some connections that you can solder your own bits and pieces to. I like that. So I've wired up a button and an LED. The button's going to GP11 and the LED is going to GP10. And through the magic of OBS, we're going to go to the Raspberry Pi running it, and you can still see me. Hello. Well, not me in my hands. It's that big Clive. And I've got some really simple GPIO 0 Python code here on the left hand side of the screen. I'll go through it really quickly. It's self-explanatory, but let's always talk about the code. First two lines are imports. The first one goes to GPIO 0 and says, hello, I want to use the LED library and the button library so I can work with LEDs and buttons. Second one is signal, and it imports pause. That stops the application, our code, from stopping. So after it's run all 10 lines, normally it would just stop and then finish. Pause just says, no, wait around, there's more to come. Lines 4 and 5 are objects that call an LED and a button, and it tells our code where to find the LED and button that we've got. In this case, LED is GP10, button GP11. Then we have two little functions here. I think the functions could be wrong. Pythonists will correct me. When the button's pressed, turn LED on. When the button is released, so when it's not pressed, turn it off. And then the magic pause at the end. So I'm going to run this code now. And it's running. And if I press this button now, there you go, you can see the LED flashing. If I were to swap that for a buzzer, and let's do this live, why not? Have a bit of fun. So these sprues, as I said, they are difficult to break apart. Oh, these are also about £2.50 as well. So still nice and cheap. You can get both for under a £5, but if you've got microbit stuff already, you're laughing. There we go. I'm going to keep the sticker over the sounder because the buttons are just annoying otherwise. Polarity's marked. Plus minus. So the plus is going to go to GP10, and that's gone very near to the Raspberry Pi there. That was a bit naughty. There we go. Nothing like a live demo, is there? Get out of the way. Right, so we're wired up. So if I press the button now, alright, I'm going to take this off. If you're wearing headphones, turn the volume down in 3, 2, 1. There we go. £5 for a board that reuses some of your microbit bits and pieces, or your crumble or your codebug bits and pieces. It fits on all Raspberry Pis that have got a 40-pin GPIO. If you've got a Pi 3B or a Pi 4B, use a raised up header just to make sure you're not touching the PoE header, which is just underneath here. But it's a nice little stocking filler. It's a bit of fun. It'll teach kids a bit of electronics. It'll reuse some of the kit they've got in a box anyway, and I'm a big kid, I've got loads of kit in a box. And it's just a bit of fun for Christmas Day. Anyway, that's it for today. See you later.